Hi, my name's Nick and I'm from Nick Hebden Painting Contractors. It's my first video, so today we're going to show you how to correctly and professionally paint a moulded panel door. Today we're going to be using Armstead quick dry undercoats, which is basically DIY friendly. So anyway, it's a tip to help you paint a moulded front door. Okay, we'll stir. Importantly, we're stirring the paint first. It's not really advisable to use a coat hanger, but at this stage it was the first thing I could find to stir the paint. Right. Obviously, here's another little tip for the DIYer. Always use a paint kettle. Never use the tin right like that. I mean, it's going to drip down the side, it's going to drip on your carpet. So just put a little bit in, a couple of inches in the paint kettle. Then if you do accidentally kick it over, then you've only spilt a little drop of paint and not made a massive mess. Where you see some videos where people have spilt a 5-litre tin all down the stairs. Right, put the sheet down in the doorway, up against the door. First thing, obviously, as a professional would do, is remove the door furniture, i.e. the handle. I have seen decorators on Instagram that are quite happy to tape them up or actually cut round them. It's not the professional way to do it, to be honest, because if you do want to change your handle for a different design, a smaller one, then all you've got is 4 little holes that you can fill up and touch up with the end of your finger or something when you fit your new handle and it won't show. So there we go, we've removed the door handle. Put that down to keep all the bits and bobs. First of all, before we start, we'll use a bit of P120 grade, which is about a medium grade sandpaper. Just lightly give it a light rub over. And you might think, well, the door's smooth, why am I doing that? Well, you're doing it to give it a bit of a key. And it's very important when using water-based paints, in particular, to make sure you do it. And then give it a dust off. Because if you don't give it a key with water-based paints, then it's going to scratch off. Right. Okay, then before we start, I recommend Purdy water-based brushes. They've got like a feather tip. They're not very cheap, but last year's for a DIY, it'd last absolutely years if you keep it nice. Wash it out and keep it nice and clean and protect it. But yes, right, here we go then. First of all, you do the moulded panels. Start in the middle with the paint when you load the brush, go around the top, down the bottom, and then by the time you get to the bottom of the panel, you haven't got much paint on your brush, so you're not really going to get any runs. Give it a plate off. Panel 1. Panel 2. And you work your way down. Like I say, load your brush, go up, around the top, getting in all the corners, down to the bottom, and then obviously, if you're using oil paint, if you use that technique, you're not going to get runs in the corners. Well, you will for a start, but if you've been doing it 40 years, you're not going to get runs in the corners. That's the last panel. Just gently lay it off. Right, next up we do the cross pieces, upright pieces I mean, sorry. So you go one, you do the lay off, and then always make sure you finish laying it off in the direction of the grain, which is usually up and down. The bottom one. Right. And then we do the cross bits. Starting with the top one. Always start from the top. That's the main rule in painting. You start from the top and work your way down, whether it's an outside staircase. You always do ceilings first in a room, then do the walls. So it's the same thing painting a door. And the second one. Good thing about water-based undercoat, it dries quick and you can apply it quick, and it's easier to use for a DIYer than traditional oil gloss or oil undercoat. And finally the bottom one, pulling the sheet out a little bit. Then we do the back edge. You're going up, cutting around the hinge. That's that. You usually do the back internal jamb of the door frame as well, but because we're doing a video and we concentrate on the door, we'll leave the frame for now. So then you do the back of the upright of the door, which when you've left the when you've laid off the cross bits, as you come down, you see you're making it all tied in, all in one direction. Lay it off. And then finally, the side where the door handle is, or was, I should say. What I always do, I always use a water-based undercoat, and I always use traditional oil gloss. A lot of people have moved over to water-based, but I don't think it's half as durable. There's twos and fros for each product. Right, that's it then. My tip on how to professionally paint a moulded door. Thank you for viewing.